The phone buzzed on the nightstand, its screen casting a ghostly glow across the darkened bedroom. My heart lurched as I read the message. Boarding now, babe. Girls' trip to the island, wish you were coming. Sarah's words, punctuated with a heart emoji, should have warmed me. Instead, they clawed at my chest, each letter a shard of glass. I hadn't slept in days, not since I'd seen the name Kevin flash on her phone screen at 2 a.m., followed by a string of messages she deleted before I could read them. My thumb hovered over the reply button, trembling. Enjoy the island with Kevin, I typed, my pulse hammering in my ears. I hit send and waited, the silence in our empty bed louder than a scream. Sarah and I had built a life together over 7 years. Late-night talks over cheap wine, lazy Sundays tangled in sheets, her laugh filling every corner of our small apartment. But lately her warmth had faded, replaced by hurried excuses and locked phone screens. I'd rationalized it all. Work stress, maybe, or planning this girl's trip with her old college friends. But the name Kevin, her coworker, always too charming, too close, kept surfacing like a bruise I couldn't ignore. I'd asked her about him once, casually, over dinner. Her eyes had darted away, her fork scraping the plate too loudly. Just a work friend, she'd said, her smile tight. I wanted to believe her. God, I wanted to. The phone buzzed again. What are you talking about? It's just me and the girls. My stomach twisted. The lie was there, plain as the moonlight spilling through the blinds. I could have let it go, could have buried my doubts in the soft comfort of denial. But instead I opened her location app, the one we'd shared for safety on late-night drives. Her dot blinked not at the airport, but at a hotel 30 miles away. The air in the room thickened, pressing against my ribs. I grabbed my keys. The drive was a blur of neon signs and rain-slicked roads, my knuckles white on the steering wheel. The hotel loomed ahead, its gaudy marquee promising luxury and discretion. I parked in the shadows, my breath shallow as I scanned the lot. There, her blue sedan parked crookedly, as if she'd been in a hurry. My heart pounded, a drumbeat of dread and adrenaline. I didn't want to be right. I wanted to be the paranoid husband, the fool who'd apologize tomorrow over coffee. But deep down I knew. The lobby smelled of jasmine and polished wood, too clean, too perfect. The clerk barely glanced at me as I mumbled something about forgetting my room key. I took the elevator to the 3rd floor, her location dot pulsing like a heartbeat on my phone. Room 312. The hallway stretched endlessly, the carpet muffling my steps. I stopped at her door, my hand frozen on the handle. Voices leaked through, hers soft and laughing, and another low and male. My chest burned, a cocktail of rage and heartbreak. I knocked. The voices stopped. The door creaked open, and there she was, Sarah, her hair loose, her sundress wrinkled. Her eyes widened, then flickered with something. Guilt? Fear, or both? Mark. Her voice cracked too high. What are you doing here? Who's with you? I asked, my voice steady despite the storm inside. She stepped back and I saw him, Kevin, lounging on the bed, a glass of wine in his hand. His smirk faltered when he saw me, but he didn't move. The room smelled of her perfume and something sharper, like betrayal. It's not what you think, Sarah said, her words tumbling out too fast. We were just catching up. He's in town for a conference and... Stop. My voice cut through hers, sharp as a blade. You told me you were at the airport. You lied. Her mouth opened, then closed, her eyes darting to Kevin as if he could save her. He didn't. He just sat there watching like this was a show he'd paid to see. Mark, please, she whispered, stepping closer. Her hand reached for mine, but I pulled back. The touch I'd once craved now felt like poison. I didn't mean for this to happen. It just did. What just happened? I spat, my voice rising. You snuck off to a hotel with him? You deleted his messages? How long, Sarah? My hand shook, and I hated how much I still loved her even now, standing in the wreckage of us. She looked away, tears brimming. A few months, she admitted, her voice barely audible. It wasn't supposed to mean anything. Kevin stood, finally, setting his glass down with a deliberate clink. Look, man, let's not make this a scene, he said, his tone infuriatingly calm. We're all adults here. Get out, I said, my eyes never leaving Sarah. He hesitated, then grabbed his jacket and slipped past me, his shoulder brushing mine. The door clicked shut, and the silence was suffocating. Sarah sank onto the bed, her hands covering her face. "I'm so sorry," she sobbed. "I love you, Mark. I didn't want to hurt you." "Then why?" My voice broke, the question raw and jagged. "Why him? Why this?" She looked up, her eyes red and desperate. "I felt invisible. You were always working, and Kevin, he listened. It was stupid, I know, but it felt good to be seen." Her words cut deeper than any lie. I'd been working overtime to save for a house, for our future. Every late night, every missed dinner, it was for her. And she'd turned to him. I wanted to scream, to tear the room apart, but all I could do was stand there, drowning in the truth. "I'm going home," I said finally, my voice hollow. "Don't follow me." The drive back was silent, the rain heavier now, blurring the world outside. My phone buzzed, Sarah calling, texting, begging. I didn't answer. But when I walked into our apartment, her scent lingered, lavender and betrayal. On the counter, her plane ticket to the island sat untouched, dated for tomorrow. She'd never planned to go. The realization hit like a punch. This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment mistake. She'd chosen this, planned it, built a secret life while I slept beside her. Hours later, the door creaked open. Sarah stood there, soaked from the rain, her eyes pleading. "I flew back," she said, her voice trembling. "I couldn't go through with it. I love you, Mark. Please, let's fix this." I stared at her, the woman I'd loved, the stranger in my home. The ticket on the counter mocked us both. "You didn't fly back," I said, my voice cold. "You were never leaving." Her face crumpled, the final lie exposed. And in that moment I knew some betrayals cut too deep to heal.